It's the Wait a Minute Show.
Bruh. Ain't that right, Lil Pan? Wait a minute. Book it. Really? Really?
The Wait a Minute Show with your host, Jolani J.B. Bodie.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what is up? It is your man, Jelani J.B. Bodie, host of this thing called The Wait a Minute Show. And I'm back in the building here on the weekend, here in the ATL, here in the Lion Den Studios, coming to you once again to give you your sports fix for the weekend. So hopefully you guys and ladies, children, whoever else, animals, aliens, whoever's out there watching the show is ready to go. I know I am. And it is none other than my co-host. He's here. He's there. The L, the O, the P, the A, the N. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Lillard. Yes, he is here with me, as always, being a thorn in you know what. But regardless, I am really excited. I'm always excited, when we get on the air and, the show is going on. So I'm always excited, but I am really, really excited because two things, ladies and gentlemen. First thing is, this is episode 199, ladies and gentlemen. I told you we were on our way and we are there. Right upon the cusp, and that is episode 200. And it's like, where has the time gone and how time flies that I remember the first episode. I remember the 100th episode. Now, like, we're entering to 200 right around the corner. So I'm excited about that. Your boy has been on here 200 times, at least on here, but also on Esquire Radio Network. So it's been more than that, but 200 times that your boy will have been, out here talking, and y'all been out here with me 200 times on the cuff. So I appreciate everybody that's been on this road with me, and we got to do something. We got to do something for the, the 200 episode, but we'll figure that out, when the time is right. The other thing that I'm excited about, we got less than a week, ladies and gentlemen, less than a week for the Wait a Minute Show toy drive. Yes, it is still in full effect. It is going until December 18th. So you still have time to make your donations. Just go to thewaitaminuteshow.com, and all you got to do is click on toy drive, and you'll see the option: PayPal, Cash App, or GoFundMe, however way you want to do it. And it does not matter, $1, $2, $5, it all adds up. And everything goes to nonprofit organization Helping Hands of Paulding County, where we are sponsoring kids. I have already got in contact with the director there, and we are in the works of picking up all the items for the kids and finding out, what they want, going out there and getting it. So anywhere from the ages of 1 to 18, ladies and gentlemen, that's how we do it here at the Wait a Minute Show. So I appreciate everybody who has donated so far. I appreciate everybody who's given the encouraging words, and I appreciate everybody that has shared this message as well. So we got less than a week, so we still got time to get it in. So do not forget, December 18th is the last time that you can donate, where we'll lock it up and take down the site and won't be able to accept any more donations. But we still got till December 18th, so it's still time. Do not forget, share it. Let somebody know that might be involved. Now, let's move on from that and let's talk about sports. So we're going to get into a lot of basketball, but we're going to touch base on some football as well. And at the end, on X Squad on Wednesday, I got in a little trouble because Lopan out there putting the pressure on me to do Big L Awards. Yeah, and so there's another one. But at least this one, I don't think I'm going to have to watch myself when I step out into the streets or whatever. So you do not want to miss it. Stay to the end and find out who's going to be the big loser and get a big loser award at the end of the show. Now, let's move on to our first topic. First topic is in the title: Ben Simmons. So Ben Simmons' name has popped up once again. We're getting close. Well, we're getting in that range of the trade deadline. We're not close, but Ben Simmons' name has popped up again now in the trade talks. And the team who has been mentioned at this junction is the Portland Trail Blazers. And when I saw this, I said, you know what? That's not a bad look for Ben. I don't think that'll be a bad look for the Trailblazers as well. Now, what Philadelphia, and this is the thing I like. The rumor is that Philadelphia is looking for a top 25 player in return. I can accept that for Ben Simmons, okay? Because all this, 90 first round draft picks, and then it got to be, a top 2 player and all that stuff. Obviously, we know that wasn't going to happen. No one was going to give that up for Ben Simmons. And it's no knock against him. It's just, it is what it is. Nobody was going to give that up for Ben Simmons. But I think a top 25 player, yes. And let's just really, be truthful. It's probably going to be anywhere between 10 through 25 or 15 through 25, because no one's going to give up their player at top 10 for Ben Simmons, unless that top 10 player is just saying, get me out of here. And then also they mentioned that Dame Lillard is not in the trade talks, which is, I'm like, thank you, because I was just talking about him on Wednesday saying that he probably is not going to go anywhere and he wouldn't go anywhere. And if he did, it would probably be at the end of the season. So I think this would actually entertain and give Chauncey Billups, an extra piece as far as like what he wants, but also for Dame, that gives them an extra piece. Now, the thing is who are they going to have to give up? And then you're looking at it and you're thinking it's probably C.J. McCollum. C.J. McCollum is probably going to be the person that ends up getting traded. Now, they were talking maybe about a 2 or 3 team trade. So C.J. may end up somewhere else, not in Philadelphia, per se, but he'll be a part of the trade. I think that would be where they're talking about a top 25, player. What this would do for the Portland Trail Blazers, I do feel that it would take them to another level. Championship level, I don't know. But if they could somehow, some way pull off not having to give up C.J. McCollum, because if I was a Portland Trail Blazers, I'd be trying to do everything I could to keep C.J. Further, we already know. Don't even bring Dame's name up. He's not in the equation. But if they can entice them or with something, maybe those draft picks that they're talking about, and the Portland Trail Blazers sell out to go ahead and keep CJ, and you got CJ, Ben, and Dame, you got something there that you might can work with. It takes them to another tier, if you ask me, if they add Ben Simmons to that trio. Also, what it does, it takes, a little pressure off of Ben Simmons, because then he's not going to a team where everybody's going to put everything on his back. Dame is the guy. We already know everything's going to flow through Dame. He already knows everything's going to flow through Dame. I will hope he wouldn't go in there and try to change things and say everything got to go through him, or, it's his team, or, I don't think Ben Simmons would do anything like that. And I think Portland would be a nice place. The fans would love him. I think he would like it out there. Now, it's not the big city, like a New York or Brooklyn or, even a Houston or anything like that. But I think he would get there and he would end up, just feeling appreciated. Probably would be the biggest thing. And then for Philadelphia, they're doing well without him. So if whatever that you're adding is a future piece, and it's the right way piece this time, because, it's not that whole trust the process, situation. You already got Joel Embiid, and you got those other guys, on that team there that's going to be able to support Joel Embiid. And they're doing their thing in the Eastern Conference, right now. So they're going to be a contender. And if they get, extra draft picks, that just makes them even more, or it lets them package something together to maybe go after a top 25 player somewhere else. So let them have CJ, get the draft picks, get the capital, try and package together for someone else to come in there and add value to the Philadelphia 76ers. So I was really like, where could Ben really go? But after the Portland Trail Blazers popped up, I do think that would bring a certain angle, if you will, to that team. Obviously, he would bring his defense ability there. He would bring, his size. He would bring his ball handling. He would, it wouldn't have to always be on Dame, and Dame could take a rest, and Dame could, play off the ball a little bit more, and CJ could play off the ball a little bit more. So you got one more ball handler that isn't, all about ball hawking or anything like that. We already know he's going to pass the ball to someone else, and he's willing to do that. I like it. So if the deal goes through, I'm with it. I'm with it, and I think that'll be a good move. But Portland, try to make sure you keep C.J. McCollum. Try and do everything you can. I know Philadelphia is going to make that move and try and get CJ and maybe move him somewhere else. They may keep him, but try and do everything you can. Because if they get Ben Simmons, like I said, it takes them to another tier. Does it put them where the Warriors are? No, it still doesn't. But it definitely makes the Western Conference that more interesting because Ben Simmons, look, he got his issues. But Ben Simmons is a very talented basketball player, and he would still add tremendous value to a basketball team. I just was never on board with thinking that they were going to get somebody, some crazy, deal, for him. And maybe they do a three-team trade with Brooklyn, and Kyrie ends up there. I don't know. Because that could be on the table. I think at this point, Brooklyn is probably a little bit more motivated to make that move. And I think Philadelphia probably motivated to make that move. But it's in the talks. And speaking of talking, I'm talking here on the WaitAMinuteShow.com with your man, Jelani JB Bodie. Y'all are here with me, and we are talking sports and getting it in on this weekend. And right now, because we're broadcasting live, and make sure you're following us on YouTube, liking and subscribing to the channel as well. But the Heisman Trophy ceremony is underway right now. I got it up on the big screen behind the video cameras and everything up here, but I'm taking a little little peek, seeing what's going on. I pretty much still think it's going to be Bryce Young all the way, but we're going to find out here before the end of the show. But the show must go on. We're going to continue, and we're going to stay in basketball. And speaking of the show must continue, the New Orleans Pelicans still have to continue, and they're going to have to continue without the service of Zion Williamson at this point. He has suffered a setback with his foot, and at this point where he was making progressions, they're going to take it a little bit more easy. What it is that they're saying that he was complaining of soreness in his right foot, which is the foot that he had surgery on back in September. And let me check my notes. They were saying, because I want to get this right, the regression is in bone healing of the fifth metacarpal. Am I saying that right? Metacarpal. So hopefully I'm saying that correctly. But in layman terms is that the foot hasn't healed the way they ultimately wanted it to heal. And now he's got this setback, which is going to push him back from returning. And it makes you wonder. Obviously, it's going to make people wonder whether or not Zion is going to play to the capability of what made him the number one overall draft pick for it. He's only played in 85 games since he's got into the league. People are talking about his weight and all this stuff. And I guess he's a little bit bigger. And like I said, my eyes, maybe something wrong with my eyes, but yeah, he got a little bit bigger, but it's not like he, again, I could be looking at something different, but it's not like he just ballooned into this, ridiculous, amount. So yeah, he put on some weight and everything. He's got to get that off, but he hasn't played a full season, obviously. At this point with the New Orleans Pelicans, it is, what do you do? What do you do with Zion at this point with the setback? Now I'm looking at what is the setback? How long is the setback? Are we talking about 2-3 weeks? Are we getting into the month category where we're talking about a month or 2 months? I would not, in the back of my mind, not saying that I will pull the trigger on this right now, but in my mind, back of my mind, I would have, he's done for the season. He's done. I know that's not what he would want. I know that's not what they want. But it's like, what is the best situation for him? And it's time for that foot to fully heal. Because if you're having setbacks, my fear is that when you get him to because I don't think he's going to be 100% when they actually put him out on the court. I think maybe 90, 95%. Well, 99. I think it'd be higher than that. 95. Unless he is 100%, I really don't want to put him out there on the court, because the history has shown for him right now, going back out there and trying to be partially or not fully ready to go. Look at the situation that you're in right now. Look at that. I think it's to, protect Zion. I know that's probably the last thing that he wants to hear. But the last thing you obviously want to happen is that he rushes it or he pushes it too hard, and then he has a further setback. And then it just, because this thing has been, continuing on and on and on and on, and it's been trickling down to where we are now. And he hasn't been able to play the game that he has grew up loving. So the Pelicans, I'm wondering, kind of what are, some of the things that's going on medically, if he's even frustrated with that. Because, stuff like that comes out later. Oh, they did this, they did that. I complained of this. They didn't do anything like that. Not saying that's the case in this, but if it is, that's even more to try and rest him to get him right. That's even more of a reason to not jeopardize his future, not jeopardize his game. Because right now, I hate to say it, but the Pelicans, they're not looked at as a team right now that other teams in the West got to worry about. Nobody's going to put them ahead of the Warriors, the Suns, the Clippers, there's a lot of teams. Let's just say that. Utah, the Lakers. Nobody's going to put them in front of those teams. And that's just a few teams I name. It's a bunch of other ones on there. So to me, it doesn't hurt the team by him taking probably more of an extended, absence and maybe pushing this thing today. But it's just be careful, because, you don't want the kid to be in you don't want to be in a bad situation, because you just don't. I'll leave it at that. But Pelicans, rest him. Do whatever it is that you got to do. Rest him and take it extra careful. Even more careful than you already been taking care of. So, you listen to the Wait a Minute Show with your man Jelani JB Bodie, and we are sitting here talking sports. Like I told you, Toy Drive is on the way. I'm gonna keep throwing that out because, look, I gotta get it out as many times to make sure y'all remember. But NFL is on the cusp, so we got a week 14. Got a matchup. My 3-pack that I'm going to talk about. So when we come back, we'll get into that. We'll get into some more NBA stuff. And I still got the Big L Award that I'm going to hand out. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back after these words. Do you want your next Atlanta event to be memorable? If so, have Drink in Color at your next function. Drink in Color is sophisticated bartending that creates signature cocktails for your special occasion. Wow your family, friends, and business associates next time with Drink in Color. You can contact the owner, Kiki Lewis, at 678-813-7102. That's 678-813-7102. You can also email her at drinkincolor@gmail.com and follow on Instagram at drinkincolor. And tell her you were referred by the Wait a Minute Show. Drink in Color, cocktail catering. Let the cocktail sparkle at your next event.
Do you like making an impression? Who doesn't? Well, when you want to dress to impress for less, check out Rail Scott at Prime Ties to Go on Facebook and Instagram. quality accessories for men and women at low, count it low prices. Everything from ties, bow ties, watches, bracelet, earrings to pocketbooks. Don't miss out. Check out Rail Scott, the owner, at Prime Ties to Go. That's Prime Ties, the number 2, Go, on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, what's up, everybody? It's your man, Jelani J.B. Bodie, host of this thing called The Wait a Minute Show, and I'm getting ready to do another episode. But before I do that, I want to mention the Wait a Minute Show toy drive this year for 2021. We are in our 9th season, and I need your help, ladies and gentlemen, to help some kids to make it a memorable holiday season for them. All donations goes to nonprofit organization Helping Hands of Paulding County, where we help kids anywhere from the ages of 1 to 18 years of age. The donation doesn't matter. $1, $2, $5. It all adds up. So join me by going to thewaitaminuteshow.com. Real easy to do. You can click the donate button and your options will be Cash App, GoFundMe, or PayPal. Dates are November 25th through December 18th. The Wait a Minute Show toy drive. Let's help some kids out in need. It's like magic. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and you are listening. I know, something in my nose. Sorry about that, but you're listening to
It's the Wait a Minute Show.
here on the waitaminuteshow.com. So you saw the video again last week, pushing this thing hard, ladies and gentlemen. We got less than a week for the Wait a Minute Show toy drive. So, but we got to get back into these sports. Continue talking about that. And NFL, you know what time it is. Lopan, kick my ticker. It is time for the NFL 3-pack, where I talk about three games that's going to be coming up this Sunday or Monday that should be on your radar. We got an honorable mention real quick. I would say Dallas versus Washington is probably going to be something just to watch because of how Mike McCarthy is, pretty much guaranteed to win. And Ron Rivera said, "You say what? You say what? What you say? What you say?" So that's going to be interesting. NFC East matchup, so you can't go wrong with that matchup. But I got 3 other ones that I want to talk about. And the first one is Baltimore at Cleveland. And the reason that I say this is a watch, because I want to watch for who's going to get back on track. I'm going to keep this simple. I'm not going to go into any stats or anything like that. I'm not going to talk about strategies or, plays or what they should do. It is more of who can get back on track. You got all this stuff with Lamar throwing the interceptions and everything. They lost a close game to Pittsburgh last week. And pretty much they could have won that for 2. I mean, it was just, to me, the pass didn't connect. Lamar could have threw it better, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. Everybody would be talking about how gutsy it is for how the Baltimore Ravens went forward and, to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, but it didn't happen, and like I said, he's throwing these interceptions. So who can get back on track? Baker Mayfield, Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham is gone, and all this stuff. Who can get back on track in the AFC North? Because it's them and Pittsburgh. And Cincinnati. I'm sorry. So who can get back on track? Will we see the Lamar that we've seen, previously? I think we do. But I do believe that Baltimore, Cleveland, you owe it to us. Give us something. Next up is what should be a Sunday night game. I was about to say a Sunday night game, but Chicago and Green Bay is actually playing on Sunday night, but this should be a Sunday night game. Buffalo versus Tampa. Buffalo versus the Tampa Bay Bucks. Okay. Buffalo came off this game last Monday night to New England, and I'm still trying to figure out how Mac Jones can throw 3 passes and y'all still get beat. I mean, they basically made themselves one-dimensional themselves, and somehow they couldn't pull out that game. So Buffalo taking on the subject or suspect secondary of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where their strongest suit on that defense is their front seven, because I don't think there's going to be any running going on for the Buffalo Bills. They're going to have to pass their way through this to a win. They're going on the road, so they'll be in better weather conditions than they were previously last week. But Josh Allen getting it together, man, utilizing Diggs, Sanders, and Dawson Knox. That's because I just truly don't believe that they're going to be able to run the ball on Tampa. And you've seen a lot of other teams, they just throw to challenge their secondary, which teams have fared well on that. It's not to the point to where Tom Brady and them didn't keep up, but that is an advantage for the Buffalo Bills trying to go after the secondary. For the Tampa Bay Bucks, and I think they got, if not one, no, Dallas is one. I want to say they're either 2, 3, or 4 as far as like offensively, and they throw the ball, a lot. And I think they're gonna, again, running probably won't be ideal for them. But I do think, with Leonard Fournette, how he can catch the ball out of the backfield, that still changes the strategy for them, and it adds something that other teams can't. But I think this is just going to be a passing game. Tre'Davious White is not there. That's took a blow. You still got Micah Hyde, back there, and Jordan Poyer. So you just don't have just any old body back there. But I just see this game going as a passing attack, where they're going to be trying to attack each other through the air versus anything with the run game. I do believe Tampa will utilize their run game more than Buffalo, because Leonard Fournette, he's been revived, if you will, to a certain degree. He's not facing 13 people in a box, so that helps out for him and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Shouts out to my man Taryn Rodriguez, that's in the Wait a Minute Show chat room, and my man Country Roads. I see you out there as well. Appreciate you for dropping in and hanging with your boy. And a reminder, this is episode 199. I forgot to mention that too. So we almost are at 200. That's coming up soon. But let me get off that and let me get back to this three pack. So last game that we got in the 3-pack is the Monday night game, and that is Arizona versus the Los Angeles Rams. Okay, and we got now 2 weeks we remove from the injury report. D-Hop, Kyler Murray. D-Hop, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, D-Hop. How are they going to fare against Aaron Donald and the havoc that he wreaks? I mean, he's going to get into it with somebody. He's going to get in somebody's face, but he's going to wreak havoc. How are Kyler Murray, D-Hop, James Conner, has come on. I don't think Chase Edmonds is going to be back in time, so I think he still won't be part of the equation for the Arizona Cardinals. But I like this matchup, one, because it's a divisional matchup. You always love divisional matchups because they know each other better than any other team, and you got a lot of superstars. You got Matthew Stafford. You got Kyler Murray. You got D-Hop. You got OBJ. You have Jalen Ramsey. I already mentioned Aaron Donald. You got Chandler Jones. You have James Conner. You have the coaches, not superstars, but Cliff Kingsbury and Sean McVay. What game are they going to call between these two teams? The scary part is that Los Angeles, I don't think they fared pretty well against Arizona. So Arizona might have a little bit of an advantage on this, but it's a major game because it's a divisional game, but also for Arizona, for LA, if they can get this win, it inch them closer to catching up with the Cardinals because they're 2 games behind with them. So recap. And I didn't pick my winners, so I'm going to go ahead and pick my winners for now. My honorary mention was Dallas versus Washington. I'm going to go ahead and say Dallas wins that game. Baltimore versus Cleveland. Baltimore figures it out, even though their secondary has been attacked time after time after time. But Lamar's going to be Lamar of old, and I think he will pull out this win for the Baltimore Ravens. Buffalo versus Tampa. A lot of points, a lot of aerial assault. But I think at the end, Tom Brady will do what he has always, drive down the field for a field goal for the win. And Rams versus Cards, I'm going to say the Cardinals still get this win. So that is my 3-pack, ladies and gentlemen, for the Wait a Minute Show. Let me go to the Wait a Minute Show chat room. I shouted out Taryn Rodriguez. You got to say it like that. You got to say when your last name is Rodriguez, you got to say it like that. You just can't say Taryn Rodriguez. No. So shouts out to him. Shouts out to Joseph Joyce in the Wait a Minute Show chat room. Shouts out to Raider Kev as well in the Wait a Minute Show chat room. So shout out to the people that's listening to this live right now. So NFL 3-pack, ladies and gentlemen. Baltimore, Cleveland, Buffalo, Tampa, and Rams and Cards. So, Lopan, get me off the ticker and get me back to my regular screen. Thank you, Lopan. You're so helpful today.
Indeed.
I wasn't asking for you to speak. I was just giving you a compliment. You stay over there. Now, let's get back to, oh my gosh, Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer. Is back in the news. So we talked about Ben Simmons earlier being back in the news a little bit, but Urban Meyer is back in the news for the wrong reasons once again. So now reports are coming out that Urban Meyer has, I guess, made people a little perturbed in the Jacksonville Jaguars organization, namely the players and the coaches. So the story is that blame game, putting stuff on players, putting stuff on coaches. Obviously, we know the stuff that happened earlier that didn't, help the situation. Reports are that Marvin Jones was so upset that he was leaving the facility, and they had to basically calm him down and convince him to come back. And what do you want me to say? At the beginning, I said this is that, look, for me, you knew what you were getting when he was showing up. He had stuff that happened in the past. He to a certain degree, he seems like he's oblivious to certain things, but he continues. And has he learned this lesson or anything like that? I don't know. But it doesn't seem like it. But I knew this is what you were going to get. These are the stories that was going to come out with Urban Meyer. And him going to the pros and it being a whole different, like I said, to me, that was not the move. And no one's going to question like Urban Meyer's football knowledge. Nothing like that. No one's questioning that. It's just some of the decisions that he makes. And it's like you don't need that being a rookie quarterback, number 1 overall pick, and you are picked to basically restore the franchise and get them back to the AFC Championship game and possibly a Super Bowl, because that is why Trevor Lawrence was drafted. This is it. This is it. This is it. I don't really want to say I told you so, But I told you so. It's a whole different world when you're losing and you really can't just, control the environment like you once did. In college, it's a whole different world. Yes, college coaches, they can control a lot more around what goes on that campus because there's a lot more influence. You got a lot more people that will back you on things. That's not the case in the NFL. You got people, they're going to back the players before they back the coach, especially if you're losing. So I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. I'm not taken aback. None of that. Pretty much, other than the thing, not coming back with the team and what happened at that bar or whatever it is, that's probably the only thing that I'm really surprised about. Hopefully he figures it out. Because, or I think, maybe he'll figure out that the program ain't just for him. And other college coaches have found that out. And they found it out the hard way, as well, is that the program just doesn't suit them. And I never just felt that the program suited Urban Meyer. I think for college, he's perfect for college football as far as like if you're looking for a football coach. And you want someone that's going to recruit and change a program and all that stuff. But you can't have some of the same philosophies from college into the pros. And I just think that he took that with him. That's my thing. But let's see. Let me go to the Wait a Minute Show chat room and see people what they talking about. Taryn Rodriguez, one of the things I'm gonna put it in here. Says, love it, Jelani. Ha ha, ha ha. Yeah, he loves it. And he also, I got to put both of them up here. I miss hearing Lopan or Lopan, however it's spelled. It's the first way. Lopan, I mean, we've talked about this. When I'm talking, you don't talk. I'm trying to read Taryn's message. And you're talking. Only one of us can be talking at a time so they can hear us. Boy, you give the guy a little shine and then he try to go too far with it. But yes, it's Lopan. Lopan is out there. Now, Lopan, if you want to say something, you can say something. Indeed. See how that works? We play off each other. He said, Country Road says, I got you on my TV, dog. Yeah, let me the big screen, the big screen TV. So yeah. The comments we putting them up there. Appreciate your Country Roads for putting me on the TV, man. That's what we like. Like TV. Like to be on the screen. So let's get off Urban Meyer and let's get back to some sports talk, and that is the Timberwolves. Don't. Yes, I'm talking about the Timberwolves again, but I'm only talking about them for a small amount of time. So Timberwolves, the question was put out there, how good can the Timberwolves be? And you got, Anthony Edwards, you got Karl Anthony Towns, and you got D'Angelo Russell, on this team. So obviously D'Angelo was a trade that they got from Golden State. They went and drafted Karl Anthony Towns years ago, and then just recently they got, Anthony Edwards. And combined, these guys are averaging 60 points a game, which is great because pretty much their whole nucleus is almost averaging 20 points each. They're sitting ninth, I want to say, in the Western Conference. So they're sitting just outside of it. I've seen this story before. I've put myself out there before with the Minnesota Timberwolves saying that they are coming, ladies and gentlemen, when they had all those other players. And I looked like a fool because I was just out there trying to tell people, watch out for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They are coming. And I said, I'll never do that again. Never. Now, I do believe they have nice talent. I do believe they have good talent. I do believe they're not headed downward. They could be heading upward, but not like up. But I like the nucleus that they have. I will say that. I'm just not willing to put my neck out there once again like I was trying to tell people about the Minnesota Timberwolves, because it always seemed like something would come up, something would happen, things wouldn't work out. But maybe they got the right, chemistry right now for their team. Maybe I need to get the governor, Vince Wright, on here to talk about his Timberwolves, to give us a little bit more insight, on them, because he keeps an eye on them because he up there. But I'm not going to, down them. I just got to wait. I just got to wait and see it. I've been burned before. I don't want to get burned again. That's all I'm saying. But Timberwolves, I do like the three pack that they have on their team. So other thing that I like also is continuing to talk about sports, NBA, NFL, and we talk about college football. And speaking of college football, the Heisman Trophy ceremony is still going on. They are dragging this thing out like they always do for the eventual winner. Maybe they have announced the winner because I'm trying to keep an eye on it, but no, they haven't. But it's going to be Bryce Young. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's going to be Bryce Young. Just remember that. But we're going to take another break. And then when we come back from the break, we're going to finish this thing up. USA basketball, Michigan. I got to talk about that. And the LA Lakers. A little bit different version of the LA Lakers. I'll explain that and more when we get back. Oh, what's up, everybody? It's your man, Jelani J.B. Bodie, host of this thing called The Wait a Minute Show. And I'm getting ready to do another episode. But before I do that, I want to mention the Wait a Minute Show toy drive this year for 2021. We are in our 9th season, and I need your help, ladies and gentlemen, to help some kids to make it a memorable holiday season for them. All donations goes to nonprofit organization Helping Hands of Paulding County, where we help kids anywhere from the ages of 1 to 18 years of age. The donation doesn't matter. $1, $2, $5. It all adds up. So join me by going to thewaitaminuteshow.com. Real easy to do. You can click the donate button and your options will be Cash App, GoFundMe, or PayPal. Dates are November 25th through December 18th. The Wait a Minute Show toy drive. Let's help some kids out in need. It's like magic.
It's the way to.
Do you want your next Atlanta event to be memorable? If so, have Drink in Color at your next function. Drink in Color is sophisticated bartending that creates signature cocktails for your special occasion. Wow your family, friends, and business associates next time with Drink in Color. You can contact the owner, Kiki Lewis, at 678-813-7102. That's 678-813-7102. You can also email her at drinkincolor@gmail.com and follow on Instagram at drinkincolor. And tell her you were referred by the Wait a Minute Show. Drink in Color, cocktail catering. Let the cocktail sparkle at your next event.
Do you like making an impression? Who doesn't? Well, when you want to dress to impress for less, check out Rail Scott at Prime Ties to Go on Facebook and Instagram. Quality accessories for men and women at low, count it low prices. Everything from ties, bow ties, watches, bracelet, earrings to pocketbooks. Don't miss out. Check out Rail Scott, the owner, at Prime Ties to Go. That's Prime Ties, the number 2, Go, on Facebook and Instagram.
He's the brain of operations.
I'm telling you right now, book it.
And him, he's along for the ride. But together, they bring you sports like you've never heard before. The Wait a Minute Show, a new way of discussing today's trending sports topics. And now, back to the show with your host, Jolani J.B. Bodie.
It's the Wait a Minute Show.
There's two things in this world that make me believe in God. It's sex and basketball. You know?
I'm sleeping.
Her loss. I'm about to buy a team. I want to build something special. A real dynasty. But I need a partner.
First pick, the 1979 NBA draft. The Los Angeles Lakers select Irvin Magic Johnson.
With me, it's gonna be exciting.
Magic motherfucking Johnson.
Style. Pizzazz. I don't know why basketball can't feel like that.
To me, Dr. Bus,
It's showtime.
they do.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I get into talking about what you just saw, I got to give out a Big L award. And you heard me. Actually, you didn't, because my foolish self had it on mute. I didn't unmute the mic when we came back from break. So for Jelani being a bonehead, it wasn't you, Raider Kev. It was me. I got to take the L for that. Sometimes it just happens. It happens. So I got to apologize for that. But basically what I was talking about, before we came back is that Wait a Minute Show, Toy Drive, all that good stuff. But this LA Lakers series that's going to be on HBO. HBO. So if you got HBO, check it out, ladies and gentlemen, because it looks like it's going to be very interesting. It's in March, as you see, and it goes back to how the Lakers got started, to where why we're talking about them now, and why we were talking about Kobe and Shaq and and all of that stuff. Phil Jackson, all that stuff. Shouts out to 334 Bama Boy. I see you out there. So make sure you check this out, because like the characters that they got on here, they got John C. Reilly playing Jerry Buss. I don't know if you remember John C. Reilly. He's been in quite a few movies, but like he was in Talladega Nights. He was in Step Brothers. He was in King Kong, and let's just say he's an interesting actor, and he brings the character to life. So I really do believe he's going to bring Jerry Buss to life. But you got, Magic Johnson, you got Kareem, you're going to have all these other, other people. Jeannie Buss, that's going to be, interesting. Because, everybody was talking about her and Magic back in the day and all that stuff, rumors. Nah, I'm not saying anything is true, but I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff that they could go ahead and kind of tell the story to. Now, obviously, this is not for them to tell the truth of everything, but they're just utilizing, as the storyline. And some of this stuff is going to be fabricated because they're trying to entertain people out here in the world. But some of this stuff is going to be true, and it's just going to be real interesting to find out how stuff really popped off, how stuff really went down. You're out in LA. I mean, Magic coming from Michigan and going to LA, that's a whole different environment that you're running into when you coming from Lansing, Michigan, and you go to Los Angeles, California. Just the weather alone probably, was a shock to him, where it was December and he didn't have to put on any boots. Other than the probably the gaiters he was wearing back then. But I like the trailer. Hopefully you guys like the trailer. And it's going to be interesting. So here, let's see. I'm going to go back in the chat room, see if anybody clown me for the mic. They can if they want to. I deserve it. But Taryn Rodriguez said, I have never seen this trailer until now. Good to see this. Yeah. I saw it this morning, Terrence. So definitely got me interested. He also says, I'm gonna read this one. If it makes you better, Jelani, 2 of my colleagues did that with their shows, and I had to remind them. Thankfully, you weren't muted the whole show. Yes, thankfully I wasn't muted the entire show. And then here's my question: out of all of this, I got the mic off, and who's supposed to be watching the control board? Yes. Help your boy out, Lopan. Help your boy out. But it's all right. It's all right. We're a team. So yeah, HBO, check that out. I think that's going to be good. Other thing real quick, Steve Kerr should be named the next USA men's team basketball coach coming up. He should be taking over for Greg Popovich. I'm not surprised on that. I'm sure, in the running probably was Eric Spoelstra, maybe some other coaches, but his assistants will be Eric Spoelstra, Monty Williams, and Gonzaga's head coach, Mark Few, taking over. And I can see why they did it, because Steve Kerr, championships just as a player, but also as a coach, handling, kind of like Phil Jackson did to a certain degree. Not, it wasn't Mike, Scotty, and definitely you ain't got nobody like Dennis Rodman, but, handling, egos like KD and making all that work to a certain degree. So I could see why, Steve Kerr is that. And I think, Steve Kerr is respected by a lot of players. So that goes a long way as far as like a player deciding whether or not they're going to play USA basketball or play for the summer. They could make, make that choice. So Steve Kerr will be the head coach of USA basketball. No surprise there. And speaking of no surprise, right now, as I am talking, it's been announced who's the Heisman winner for 2021, and it's none other than Bryce Young. So worst kept secret, out there. He's literally walking up. I'm watching it right now. He's literally walking up to grab his trophy. So congratulations to him. Had an amazing season, and that's all I can say. Congratulations. And congratulations to the other nominees that was there as well. They had amazing seasons too. But only one person can win, and quarterbacks normally win this. Let's move on, and let's see. Jim Harbaugh. So Jim Harbaugh got Coach of the Year. And the reason I'm bringing this up, because what I heard was that there was kind of some haters out there on Jim Harbaugh, maybe not feeling that he should have been coach of the year and someone else should have won it. Here's what I'm going to say about it. And I think Cliff Kingsbury brought this up. And I don't agree with him, but Cliff Kingsbury brought this up in the NFL, talking about, the award should be named after Bill Belichick, and all that stuff, Coach of the Year award. So, but in this particular situation, it should be Nick Saban. I mean, Nick Saban, and people are probably going to hate me for saying that, but it is what it is. It should be Nick Saban because every year, I mean, there's no one else, literally no one else in college football that sets the bar as high as Nick Saban does and reaches that bar pretty much every year. You get these recruits, you get these kids to sit behind someone else and wait their turn, and you have this factory that you have, created. And just as I'm talking about it now, you got a guy in Bryce Young that's winning the Heisman right now. So, I mean, yeah, if it's somebody, it should be Nick Saban, but that's not really what this is about. This is about someone, a coach who has had an excellent year. I mean, and Jim Harbaugh had an excellent year. They were unranked to start the season off, and they finished second. I think they should have been first, but that's just my opinion. But they finished second. They won the Big Ten. They haven't won the Big Ten, or I think they haven't even been to the Big Ten title shot since, I think, 2005. So you beat Ohio State. You finally, become relevant. You win the games, and you finally cashed in on what you came to do. I mean, I think that's good enough. I mean, they act like he was coaching, I don't know, DeVry or something like that. I mean, they ain't got no football team. That's what I'm getting at. But the guy was at a Power 5 conference. He was unranked, and he brought his team all the way to the second overall ranking in NCAA. Had not they had that snafu with Michigan State, they would be number one. I think he did a heck of a job. So I'm going to give him credit because I critiqued him a lot and said things about Jim Harbaugh and frustration. But he got the job done as far as like what he was there for. So it is what it is on there. Let's see. Tan Rodriguez says, what a surprise. I thought the Heisman winner was going to be, wait, let me put it up here for you. I thought the Heisman winner was going to be Jordan Brookshire of San Diego State. Nope. Not quite, sir. Not quite. Raider Kev says, yet another tool in the toolbox for Alabama. Damn. I'm going to move away from that, Raider Kev. But, because you know what time it is? Because I already handed out a Big L award. So I need to hand out another one. Because I gave it to myself. I had the mic off. But I recovered. Thanks to y'all out there. No thanks to Lopan. But it is time for the Big L Award, ladies and gentlemen. And that is the Big Loser Award, where we hand it out to people who do loserous things, as you have seen. And this one, you've seen the Wait a Minute Show toy drive, less than a week, but you've seen the Wait a Minute Show toy drive commercial or drop or however way you want to put it. And you've seen your boy Jelani JB Bodie out there on the court. And you've seen me do, the no look, behind the back shot, which I hit on the first and third take. I only did 3 takes, so yes. But there is a noticeable noise, and that's the clang 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 of the rim, which is a double rim. And it got me thinking, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on with the double rim? What is going on with the double rim? So what I did, I reached out to my previous guys that I know that played ball, some in the NBA, some in college, some, just recreational and all this stuff. So I got, all over the board, feedback. And I said, look, did you have these things growing up? On the outside, you had the double rim, Take a look at this. The double rim, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. On the outside. But then I started thinking, wait, on the inside, we didn't have that. So what's going on? Why on the outside you got this double rim that you just got a time and I mean, you got to really time it right. You got to really shoot it perfectly. It's like you're taking on one of the games at the fair where it's set up for you to fail. But on the inside, they playing on single rims. But you got this double rim out here. What's up with that, man? What you trying to say? You trying to say the people that ain't on a basketball team, they get to play inside, and then the rest of us, we outside playing on the double rim? What's up? Y'all getting a discount on that double rim or something like that? I mean, I looked up the prices. The prices ain't that much different. It ain't like the school is saving, oodles and oodles and oodles of money on getting the double rim. So what's the purpose of the double rim? I still don't get it. I don't understand the purpose of the double rim. I don't. So, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Look at this. Do you know how many layups I have went for and then it has rimmed out and all that? I mean, time after time after time. One more time. Look at it. And then some people be putting that chain net. I ain't even gonna go into the chain net. But for the school system out there, setting us up for failure, putting them double rims out there and making it hard for someone to make a layup or a shot or anything else in the world, you got to take this big L.
See? Another loser.
Indeed as well, Lopez. Woo! Oh! Double rims. I digress. I'm just telling you, man. I can't tell you how many triple doubles I would have had if it wasn't for the double rim. All right, that's all I'm saying. And all else I'm saying is that is another episode of the Wait a Minute Show in the book. Episode 199, ladies and gentlemen. 200 is right around the corner. We're going to be ready to go. I hope you are ready to go. The Wait a Minute Show toy drive. I'm finna go hard. Push this last week. Y'all do not forget to share. Do not forget to donate. Just go to thewaitaminuteshow.com. Hand that thing out, man. And share. Click the toy drive and we'll make some kids happy this holiday season. So I'm going to thank Raider Kev, Taryn Rodriguez for joining me. 334 Bama Boy, Country Roads. I saw, who else did I see in here? Joseph Joyce, I see you as well. I know Mocha Bella is out there somewhere. She'll catch this on the playback, ladies and gentlemen. But I had a good time, man. Hopefully y'all have had a good time as well. And I normally leave you with words, but I'm going to give you instructions this time because I can't remember all of it, so I don't want to mess it up. But go out there and Google RZA, R-Z-A. Yes, the RZA from Wu-Tang. RZA, the 12 Jewels. Google RZA, the 12 Jewels. And he's going to tell you the 12 jewels and happiness, knowledge, love, it's amazing. It's all in probably like 30 or 45 seconds, but he sums up, what it is about life and what you need in life and how you can get through life. So Google 12 Jewels, RZA 12 Jewels. It will not disappoint you. So I'm going to get out of here. I'll holler at y'all later, man. Episode 200 is coming up. We'll do what we always do. Keep talking about this sports thing. And I'll come back, give you a little feedback on what's going on with the toy drive. The final results. Final results, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate all of y'all. Y'all have a good weekend. Be safe out there. And I'll see you Wednesday on X Squad Radio Network. So for your man, Jelani JB Bodie, host of this thing called The Wait a Minute Show, two things as always. Stay positive and push forward. And I'll holler at you later. Lopan, let's go.
It's the Wait a Minute Show.